The year is 1897. Dawn breaks over the rugged landscape of the northwest frontier province, now modern-day Pakistan. The sun, a fiery orb in the east, casts long shadows over the desolate terrain. Atop a rocky crag, silhouetted against the rising sun, stands a small outpost, Fort Saragarhi. This seemingly insignificant outpost, a lonely sentinel in the vast expanse, is about to become the stage for an epic battle. A battle that will etch its name in the annals of history with the indelible ink of courage, sacrifice, and unwavering valor. The 21 Sikh soldiers at Saragarhi were not seasoned veterans. They were ordinary men, farmers, bound by faith, camaraderie, and duty. Led by Havildar Ishar Singh, known for his courage and leadership. Their loyalty to the crown and their Sikh faith set them apart. Armed with Martini Henry rifles, they faced superior enemy numbers, yet they stood their ground, spirits undaunted. They knew the odds were against them. Outnumbered and outgunned, they faced certain death, but fear found no purchase in their hearts. Lions in a cage, prepared to fight to the death. The Afghan tribesmen saw Saragarhi as an easy target. They underestimated the spirit of these brave men. The Sikh soldiers were prepared to defend their post to the last man. The stillness of the morning is shattered by the distant beat of war drums. The ominous sound reverberates across the valley, a chilling prelude to the carnage that is about to unfold. The Sikh soldiers know what awaits them. They have received the message from Fort Lockhart, a grim acknowledgement of their dire situation and a stark choice to retreat while they still can. But retreat is not an option for these valiant men. They choose to stand their ground, to fight and die with honor. A heliograph message, flashing like a beacon of defiance, is sent back to Fort Lockhart. "We will fight to the death," it reads. "The die is cast. The Battle of Saragarhi is about to begin." The northwest frontier province in 1897 was a land of stark beauty and simmering tension. Towering mountains sliced by deep ravines cast long shadows across a landscape where the sun beat down relentlessly. This was the crucible of empires where the British Raj collided with the fiercely independent Pashtun tribes. The British sought to secure this strategic region, a buffer against Russia to the north. The Pashtun tribes, fiercely protective of their independence, resisted any attempt to encroach upon their lands. Fort Saragarhi, a seemingly insignificant outpost, found itself at the heart of this struggle. It served as a vital communication link between larger British forts, its strategic importance far outweighing its size. The conflict on the northwest frontier was not merely a clash of armies, but a collision of cultures, religions, and ideologies. The British, with their belief in their own inherent superiority, sought to impose their will on a people fiercely resistant to outside control. The Pashtuns, bound by ancient traditions and a deep-seated belief in their own martial prowess, viewed the British presence as an existential threat. The rugged terrain of the frontier, a landscape of soaring peaks and hidden valleys, provided the perfect breeding ground for resistance. The British, despite their superior firepower and organization, found themselves constantly on the defensive. The Pashtun tribesmen, masters of guerrilla warfare, would launch lightning raids on British outposts and supply lines, melting back into the mountains before reinforcements could arrive. The British, frustrated by their inability to defeat their elusive enemy in open battle, resorted to punitive expeditions, burning villages, and imposing harsh reprisals in a futile attempt to crush the spirit of resistance. This cycle of violence and retribution poisoned relations between the British and the Pashtun tribes, creating a climate of fear and mistrust. The British, increasingly isolated in their fortified outposts, relied heavily on their native troops, recruited from the Punjab and other parts of India, to maintain their tenuous hold on the region. Among these troops were the Sikhs, renowned for their martial prowess and unwavering loyalty, who played a pivotal role in the defense of the British Empire. The Sikhs, a warrior race from the Punjab region of northwest India, had earned a formidable reputation as soldiers, their distinctive turbans, symbolizing their faith and courage, were a familiar sight on battlefields across the British Empire. Bound by a strict code of honor and discipline, the Sikhs were renowned for their fearlessness in battle, their unwavering loyalty to their comrades, and their willingness to make the ultimate sacrifice in the line of duty. The British, recognizing their military prowess, had actively recruited Sikhs into their army, forming them into segregated regiments that became some of the most decorated units in the British Indian Army. The Sikhs, for their part, saw service in the British Army as a means to improve their lot in life, to earn a steady income, and to gain recognition for their martial skills. Their loyalty to the British Crown, however, was not unconditional. The Sikhs were fiercely independent and proud of their heritage, and they expected to be treated with respect and dignity by their British officers. The Sikh regiments quickly proved their worth in battle, distinguishing themselves in campaigns across Africa, China, and the Middle East. Their bravery and discipline under fire earned them the admiration of their British commanders and the grudging respect of their enemies. The Sikhs, however, were not merely mercenaries fighting for a foreign power. They were deeply religious men, bound by the tenets of their faith, which emphasized service, courage, and self-sacrifice. Despite their loyalty to the British Crown, whispers of discontent occasionally rippled through the ranks of the Sikh regiments. The sepoys, as the Indian soldiers in the British Army were known, were acutely aware of the racial prejudice and discrimination they faced at the hands of some British officers. They resented being treated as inferior, denied opportunities for promotion, and subjected to harsh punishments for minor infractions. Moreover, the annexation of the Punjab by the British in 1849, following the Sikh Wars, was still a recent and painful memory for many Sikhs. The British, fearing a resurgence of Sikh power, had disarmed the Sikh population and annexed their kingdom, ending centuries of Sikh rule. This act of aggression, though justified by the British as a necessary measure to maintain peace and stability, had left a deep scar on the Sikh psyche. The British, for their part, remained largely oblivious to the simmering resentment among their Sikh troops. They viewed the Sikhs as a martial race, inherently predisposed to military service, and took their loyalty for granted. They failed to appreciate the complex interplay of factors, religious beliefs, cultural norms, and personal aspirations that motivated the Sikh soldiers. This lack of understanding, coupled with the arrogance and prejudice of some British officers, sowed the seeds of discontent that would eventually erupt in the Indian Rebellion of 1857, a bloody uprising that shook the foundations of British rule in India. The Afghan tribesmen, a chaotic wave of humanity driven by religious fervor and the promise of plunder, surged towards Fort Saragarhi. Their numbers seemed endless, their war cries echoing ominously across the barren landscape. The 21 Sikh soldiers, outnumbered but undaunted, took their positions, their rifles trained on the approaching enemy. Havildar Ishar Singh, his face a mask of grim determination, barked orders, his voice a beacon of calm amidst the rising storm. The first volleys of rifle fire erupted from the fort, the sharp crack of the Martini Henry rifles punctuating the air. The Afghan tribesmen, many armed only with swords and antiquated muskets, faltered momentarily, their advance slowed but not halted by the withering fire. The Sikhs, their turbans a symbol of their faith and their courage, fought with a ferocity born of desperation. They knew that surrender was not an option, that their duty was to hold the fort at all costs. The Afghan tribesmen, emboldened by their superior numbers, pressed their attack, surging forward in waves, seeking to overwhelm the defenders with sheer weight of numbers. The Sikhs, their rifles blazing, fought back with grim determination, their discipline and training evident in their steady fire. Each shot found its mark, but still the enemy came, their ranks seemingly inexhaustible. The air grew thick with the acrid smell of gunpowder and the stench of death. The ground outside the fort was littered with the bodies of Afghan tribesmen, but still they came, driven by a fanaticism that knew no bounds. The Sikhs, their ammunition dwindling, their bodies weary, fought on, their spirits unbroken. As the day wore on, the ferocity of the Afghan assault intensified. Wave after wave of tribesmen hurled themselves at the fort walls, desperate to break through the thin line of Sikh defenders. The Sikhs, their faces blackened with grime and smoke, fought back with the courage of cornered lions. Their rifles, hot to the touch, spat fire and death, but still the enemy came. Havildar Ishar Singh, a tower of strength amidst the chaos, rallied his men, his voice hoarse but unwavering. He moved from position to position, encouraging his men, directing their fire, his presence a source of inspiration. The Sikhs, inspired by their leader's example, fought with a tenacity that belied their desperate situation. The Afghan tribesmen, frustrated by their inability to overrun the fort, resorted to treachery. They called out to the Sikh soldiers, promising them safe passage if they surrendered. The Sikhs, their loyalty to their comrades and their duty unwavering, responded with defiance, their rifles roaring their contempt. As the sun began its slow descent towards the horizon, casting long shadows across the battlefield, the situation for the Sikhs grew increasingly precarious. Their ammunition was running dangerously low and casualties were mounting. Still they fought on, their courage undimmed, their spirits unbroken. As the sun dipped below the horizon, casting the battlefield in an eerie twilight, the sound of a lone bugle cut through the air. It was the call to evening prayer, a poignant reminder of the Sikh soldiers' faith amidst the carnage. Havildar Ishar Singh, his face etched with fatigue and strain, gathered his remaining men in the relative safety of the signal tower. With the sounds of battle raging around them, the Sikhs knelt in prayer. Their voices a low murmur in the fading light. They prayed for strength, for courage, and for deliverance. They prayed for their families, for their comrades, and for the souls of their fallen enemies. Their prayers, a testament to their unwavering faith, offered them a brief respite from the horrors of the battlefield. The Afghan tribesmen, observing the lull in the fighting, mistook the Sikhs' silence for weakness. They surged forward once more, their war cries echoing through the gathering darkness, confident that victory was within their grasp. The Sikhs, their prayers completed, their spirits renewed, rose to meet the final assault. They knew that death was inevitable, but they were determined to sell their lives dearly. They would fight to the last man, their courage a beacon of hope in the face of overwhelming odds. An eerie silence fell over the battlefield as the last rays of sunlight faded from the sky. The Afghan tribesmen, exhausted from their relentless assault, had withdrawn to regroup and tend to their wounded. The Sikhs, their numbers dwindled, their ammunition almost spent, took advantage of the lull in the fighting to strengthen their defences and prepare for the inevitable final assault. Inside the battered remnants of the signal tower, Havildar Ishar Singh gathered his remaining men. Their faces, lit by the flickering flame of an oil lamp, were etched with fatigue and the grim determination of men who knew that death was imminent. Yet there was no fear in their eyes, only a quiet acceptance of their fate. Singh, his voice hoarse but steady, addressed his men, his words a testament to their courage and sacrifice. He spoke of their duty, of their faith, and of the eternal glory that awaited those who laid down their lives in the service of their comrades and their king. His words, imbued with the spirit of their Sikh faith, resonated deeply with his men, steeling their resolve for the final battle. As the silence of the night deepened, broken only by the groans of the wounded and the distant howls of jackals, the Sikhs prepared for their final stand. They knew that they could not hope to defeat the enemy, but they were determined to make the Afghan tribesmen pay dearly for every inch of ground. The stillness of the night was shattered by the war cries of the Afghan tribesmen as they launched their final assault on Fort Saragarhi. The Sikhs, their rifles blazing, met the onslaught head-on, their courage unwavering. Havildar Ishar Singh, his body riddled with wounds, continued to rally his men, his voice a hoarse whisper amidst the din of battle. Finally, as dawn approached, only a handful of Sikh soldiers remained alive, their valor echoing through the ages. The Battle of Saragarhi was a symphony of courage, each Sikh soldier playing a part in a poignant melody of defiance. While history remembers Havildar Ishar Singh as the leader, every soldier under his command embodied the spirit of a warrior. Each man facing certain death chose honor over surrender, living by a code of honor and duty. Section 2, The Lion of Saragarhi, Havildar Ishar Singh. Havildar Ishar Singh, the commander at Saragarhi, stands as a testament to leadership in the face of insurmountable odds. He directed the defense with skill and determination, his commands instilling courage in his men. His final act of defiance, requesting permission to engage the enemy in hand-to-hand combat, cemented his place in military history. Section 3, Gurmukh Singh, the defender of the breach. Sepoy Gurmukh Singh, armed only with his rifle and kirpan, single-handedly held back the Afghan tribesmen at a crucial choke point. Though he perished, his name lives on as a symbol of extraordinary courage and selflessness. Section 4, Sahib Singh, a song of sacrifice. Naik Sahib Singh, realizing the futility of further resistance, requested permission to recite the Ardas, the Sikh prayer for guidance and strength. His voice, strong and clear, rose above the din of battle, a testament to the enduring power of faith even in the face of certain death. The Sikhs at Saragarhi were ordinary men who found extraordinary strength in their faith and camaraderie. Their courage stemmed from a deep-seated belief in the Sikh concept of Chardi, an optimistic spirit and unwavering faith in the face of adversity. Their story is a testament to the power of the human spirit to overcome seemingly insurmountable odds. The Battle of Saragarhi, though a military defeat, became a moral victory for the British Indian Army and a powerful symbol of Sikh valor. The sacrifice of the 21 Sikh soldiers resonated far beyond the rugged mountains of the northwest frontier. Their story, a testament to their courage and unwavering sense of duty, captured the imagination of the world. The story of Saragarhi, passed down through generations, transcended the boundaries of a simple battle narrative. It became a whisper on the wind carried across the plains of Punjab, echoing through the villages and towns. The soldiers of Saragarhi became symbols of the Sikh martial tradition, their bravery a source of pride and inspiration. The legend of Saragarhi, a testament to the indomitable spirit of the human soul, transcended cultural and religious boundaries. The British, recognizing the profound impact of the Battle of Saragarhi, sought to commemorate the sacrifice of the 21 Sikh soldiers. Memorials were erected in India and Britain, their names inscribed in stone. Every year on the 12th of September, commemorative ceremonies are held at Saragarhi and at Sikh temples around the world. The Sikh regiment regards the Battle of Saragarhi as a defining moment in their history, a testament to the bravery and sacrifice of their forefathers. The significance of Saragarhi extends far beyond the realm of military history. It stands as a testament to the universal values of courage, sacrifice, and unwavering devotion to duty. The legacy of Saragarhi continues to inspire people around the world to strive for excellence and make a difference here. The Battle of Saragarhi has become an integral part of the Sikh identity, a powerful symbol of their martial tradition and unwavering faith. The story of the 21 Sikh soldiers serves as a source of pride and inspiration for Sikhs around the world. The battle stands as a testament to the Sikh spirit, a spirit of resilience, unwavering faith, and a deep commitment to justice and equality. The Battle of Saragarhi, though fought over a century ago, continues to resonate with people around the world. Their story serves as a timeless reminder of the importance of courage, sacrifice, and unwavering devotion to duty. The legacy of Saragarhi continues to inspire people to strive for excellence and live a life worthy of the sacrifices made by those who came before us. The barren, sun-baked landscape surrounding Fort Saragarhi stands as a silent testament to the courage that unfolded there. The wind, whistling through the ruins, seems to whisper the names of the fallen. The Battle of Saragarhi, though small, resonates with profound significance. It serves as a timeless monument to the indomitable spirit within us all. The 21 Sikh soldiers, facing insurmountable odds, chose to make their stand. Their actions embodied duty, honor, and unwavering courage. Their sacrifice became a powerful symbol of the human spirit's capacity for greatness. The Battle of Saragarhi reminds us that true courage lies in the willingness to confront fear. Over a century has passed since the Battle of Saragarhi, yet the echoes of that fateful day continue to reverberate through time. The story of the 21 Sikh soldiers has transcended the boundaries of culture and geography, inspiring countless individuals with its message of courage, selflessness, and unwavering devotion to duty. Their story has found its way into military academies, where it serves as a case study in leadership, courage under fire, and the importance of unit cohesion. It is a tale that resonates deeply with soldiers from all walks of life, reminding them of the sacrifices made by those who came before them and the importance of upholding the values of honor, duty, and selflessness. Beyond the realm of military history, the story of Saragarhi continues to inspire acts of courage and compassion in everyday life. It serves as a reminder that ordinary people are capable of extraordinary acts of bravery when guided by a strong sense of purpose and a willingness to put the needs of others before their own. From firefighters rushing into burning buildings to save strangers to ordinary citizens standing up against injustice and oppression, the spirit of Saragarhi lives on in those who choose to make a difference in the world. The echoes of their sacrifice can be heard in the countless acts of kindness, compassion, and selflessness that occur every day, reminding us that the human spirit is capable of great things when we choose to embrace our better angels. The Battle of Saragarhi, though rooted in a specific historical context, carries a universal message that transcends the boundaries of time, culture, and geography. It speaks to the enduring power of the human spirit, our capacity for courage, selflessness, and unwavering commitment to a cause greater than ourselves. The story of the 21 Sikh soldiers reminds us that true strength lies not in physical prowess or military might, but in the strength of our convictions, our willingness to stand up for what we believe in, and our unwavering commitment to our values, even in the face of insurmountable odds. Their sacrifice serves as a beacon of hope in a world often characterized by conflict, division, and despair. It reminds us that even in the darkest of times, the human spirit, fueled by a belief in something larger than ourselves, can overcome the greatest challenges and emerge victorious. The legacy of Saragarhi is a legacy of courage, sacrifice, and unwavering belief in the face of adversity. It is a legacy that belongs not just to the Sikh community, but to all of humanity. It is a legacy that continues to inspire us to strive for a world where courage, compassion, and selflessness prevail, and where the human spirit, in all its resilience and indomitable strength, ultimately triumphs.